All right, everything looks good. Oh, T-Far didn't work. All right, 1 second. I'm not going to be playing on the ground. I'm going to troll a little bit before I have to kill myself to go into spectator. Where is T-Far? Plug in. Plug in. Perfect. Hey, Ahmed, do you want to see this magic trick? Oh, T-Far just might have crashed. Excellent. I'll give it a second to load.
Ultimate, ça que...
Je sais pas, ça commence dans 10 minutes.
On est channel 1.
Ça va.
Oui, d'ailleurs, merde. Mais quelle chaîne?
Ah oui, oui, j'ai pas le français. Vous?
Sans morphine.
Alors, ne poussez pas les caisses, sinon...
On est 4.
Trying to fly. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to kill myself because how they have it. Oh well.
Channel 4 et c'est
Pour savoir si tu tombes.
Pour info, Nanar, t'as 4 anti.
No, I'm not playing. I forgot. We can't kill ourselves though because of the setting. There we go. All right, it's because they didn't have a spectator slot for me, so I have to do it this way, which, you know, this interface is a little but that's okay. This difference is between having a dedicated slot and this is one is ace set and the other one is regular, so... Or they might both be set to ace, I don't know, but it's slightly different button configs. But otherwise, welcome to another OFCRA PvP match commentary. We're going to be doing this one this week. Next week's is FNF versus OFCRA, but because it's on Thanksgiving, I won't be able to cover it, so I'm big sad about that scheduling, but hey, what can you do? Otherwise, let's see. So Blue 4 is going to be our Soviet VDV for this Mujahideen war, and Op 4 is going to be our Mujahideen. So let's go ahead and look over at Blue 4 here. Just trying to get my bearings with this interface. There we go. So, with it being VDV, they are going to be full-on airborne. So we do have a Hind in play today. However, it has no pylons. Oh, we've got multiple transport craft, and we have a hip with gun pods. Interesting. So with that gun pod there, actually it's dual gun pods, and it's also the gunship version with the 2 PKTs. Does it have the 4th one in the front? No, so 2 side PKTs and a rear PKT. So that's a pretty nasty vehicle there. And then 2 normal MI8s, as well as it being Soviet BDV at this time. It would be... Looks like mid-war to late war because they have the AK-74s, so 5.45 ammunition. I'm seeing RPG-18s. In one of the last ones, the second iteration, I thought I saw RP-SHGs, which made no sense because those are a little more futuristic, but I'm not seeing any of that today. So we're seeing 74s, both AK-74s and RPK-74s. At least I think that's an RPK-74. That might just be an RPK. Pilots and command staff get the carbine version, which has the thinner stock. We see some PKMs in play, some SVDs, a little bit of gunfire there. We've also got some ground transport, though. If they're VDV, I'd imagine they're going to be almost completely, if not fully, airborne. And is that a VSS?
We're not going with the other guys from the FJV.
Yeah, so a few of these dudes are going to rock VSSs. All right. Trying to just do a random sweep here, see if I can pick up anything else that these guys are rocking with, but we're seeing a lot of the AK-74Us on top of the 74s themselves. So, yeah, a few SVDs, a few VSSs, ASVLs are a little more modernized, but all right. And we're also seeing some telescopic ladders. That would be funny if we actually had some of those go down. Why are they saying, yeah, I don't want to know. Alright, otherwise, let's go ahead and look at some of the Mujahideen here. So from what we could see, it was just a few random cells. Each one is different here. So what I'm wondering... what interrogate means, because interrogate might just mean assassinate, because I think Bluck is the first village elder, NASA's the... no, he might be the command staff. Let me actually see if I can identify where the village elder is. I'm trying to see if it's a player slot. No, okay, so it is a piece of, it's an AI itself. Here, and here, so it's scripted animation. Otherwise, with that, we've got a defensive group right here for these guys. Looks like some AKMs, AK-47s even from 3CB. We see some Stinger missiles in play to counter that MI-24, and some RPG-26s, which are better than the 18s. So I find it kind of funny that they gave the insurgents the better launcher there, but they're pretty much mirrored. Both sides also had RPGs. We do see a PKM in play for the Mujahideen as well. We've got some AKs, but they're AKMSs with some drum magazines, which have 75 rounds. So now I'm also going to look over here. We've got pretty much the same setup here as well. Looks like their marksmen have Lee Enfields with some sniper scopes on there, so they're the railed variants. I always don't know how to say that word. Otherwise, yeah, just a mix of 7.62 by 39 based ammunition. Looks like everyone, every group seems to have some sort of Stinger, and then you know, a PKM. We've even seen a few RPKs in play. So both sides sharing a lot of equipment, but there's a few key differences to help them specialize. Otherwise, the other village here, I don't know the exact numbering. Looks like they also have a bus here, but I'm not seeing a lot in terms of vehicles. I'll go back and do another check.
But then the tea in the house is decaf now.
Imagine drinking caffeine.
Exactly, yeah.
Wait.
When the
Wait, no,
fuck are we gonna fire that distance
isn't
bomb?
that-
But looks like we're just seeing the same level of equipment everywhere. So that's the first village there. The second village is up here. I saw a bus at the first village. I don't see... Okay, no, a second bus there. And then there will more than likely be a bus at this third village. So that's what they can use for transport. Oh, there's also a motorcycle in play. Here's my dead body. Awesome. So we have a bunch of markers here. A bunch of radio channels placed down because I can see all of Op4's markers. It looks like they're also marking positions where they are trying to create some hold points, probably to put their Stinger launchers out in case there is some sort of rush play by Blue 4. But I imagine Blue 4 is going to play this incredibly cautious. They don't really have any countermeasures against those Stinger launchers. So I don't really know how else they're going to counter such a thing. I'll turn the radio down real quick so I don't hear those messages. Otherwise, I think Blue 4 has a pretty nice advantage here. If they do some really long-range runs with the gunship, it's going to be really inaccurate, but it's going to be a great shock value. But honestly, Blue 4 is just going to have to pick a really good spot to land. They've got 2 trucks. They might try to do some recon with them, but numbers-wise, with Blue 4 on the attack, I mean, look at the Op4 number here. It's a good scroll and a half, if not 2 scrolls, and then Blue 4... That's a little less to scroll on, but both sides have brought quite a lot here. However, it is does have some AI mixed within, so it's a little hard to see the numbers specifically. But Op4 definitely has that numbers advantage for the defenders. Oh no! Fuck. Okay, no, I need to hide those. Those are for different game. We're not doing bro speak right now. Please spare me. I keep forgetting to hide that. Okay, it's under channel points, rewards. Yeah, we have to hide all the colored things too, because naturally I don't have my camera on, so the lights mean nothing. And of course, bro speak. All right. I'm so sorry, guys, but no, we gotta keep it hidden. I'm so sorry. Otherwise, hope you're all doing a-okay. Today we're going to be doing... Oh, it just got darker. And the mission just officially started. You're seeing everyone starting to mount up. Let's see how the VDV deploy. But yeah, so today we've got this. Pog, I'm going to be on the ground. And TMTM, I'm going to be on the ground. Tau DLC, are you talking about Dawn of War? I haven't done an operation with Tau for Warhammer 40k in a long while. does the new DLC for Arma 3 have a faction called Tau? I'm confused now. I'm not drinking alcohol for a while because of some stuff that happened. No, from past operation, got it. Well, thank you for the 1,500 bits. It's $15. I can use that for pizza money one day. Seriously, do appreciate it. But yeah, Arma dropped a new DLC. I was part of its beta. I looked around. Has a nice little co-op campaign. Adds a few cool assets, but it's mainly based off of vanilla. But they add things like mortar vehicles now. So, you know, you can have an LAV that also has a mortar built into it. They also added ATGM launchers, some up armor technicals, some good stuff. Worth the $7? Up to you. Still close to the incident, yes, Bror. I'm also debating, if you guys want, we can play some more Forewarned. I can get Dante after this mission. And... oh no, Wyatt.
Oh no.
So, two OPFOR guys just died.
Weekly Arma 3 experience.
Well, we don't have another vehicle, so... do we rejoin?
I mean... let me ask Nessa.
I see. So, the battle bus has already been destroyed. And now I need to mute myself in this channel because people have already died. So, alright. You know, it's not uncommon for OFCRA to see people die immediately. So we lost Bob. We lost Lemur. All right. Anyway, let me go over the roster real quick for those of you still putting in those final bets. So that's an AI group. Don't worry about them. We got FAWR, which actually that means that this is technically a PvP plus E because there's a hostile AI on one side. FAWR on OPFOR. Always leading the group with the second village. I don't really recognize any of these names, to be perfectly honest. PHK, one of the head honchos of OFCRA, in charge of the third village. Got a bunch of AI under him with this idiot who's already died as well. Second village has Zixme with it, who now says he loves Poland. Interesting. He was fuck Poland last week. Otherwise, Rizbo, Murdy Fleesh, Tackle, good players to have under him. NASA, who's my liaison to OFCRA under the First Village Sniper Group. He's got Goatland, Shay, Parthius, Demovar, some good players under him right there. And then they already lost Bob Winchester and Lemur, who might be rejoining because that was technically an Arma glitch, and that shouldn't disqualify him today. You already see him reconnecting. There's Lemur, there's Bob Winchester back. Nubaz, Hippie, also with them, Bluck, good players there. Otherwise, under Blue 4, we've got... trying to find who the leader element is. Let me actually look back on OPFOR too. It's PHK, I would assume, leading that group since he's in a group with officer symbolism next to him, even though officers appear to also be squad leaders, but, you know, deduction skills. The Hind is going to be piloted by Flip and Corvo, two pretty good players, but otherwise, ground command, I don't see any. Instead, we have some hip group commanders, which I think are just the pilots. There we go, blue lead. So Lolo's leading. He's got an AI under him, so he's solo leading. Who do we have under this group, though? Don't really recognize a lot of these names here. Zicky, I do recognize, though. He's with Brewer, a really good player as well. Seal Williams with them. Sixor, Ibanek. All right, so Zicky's got a lot of good players to work with in his group. That's good to spot. Usually, you almost always see Zixme and Zicky on opposing teams because those two are like the top two players in this scenario. Is there a Zeus to fix the bus? Nope. These are done without any Zeuses. I know Friday Night Fights, they have a Zeus for some minor debug things, but OFCRA doesn't have a Zeus at all. Just cuz. So, let's see. Despo, Vexen, two good players there. Skipu, also pretty good. Templar. Don't recognize... I recognize Max from CSF. Don't recognize these two. Don't recognize him or her. Don't know. Bogo underscore is pretty good. Ezio, Nortz, Veneris, Callie, Roland. Pretty good players under Airborne 2 right there. We also have Mikkel, Cheeseburger, 2 good players. More CSF members under the 3rd group for MG3. And yeah, no, so I'd say it's a pretty even split. I'm leaning a little more towards OFCRA right now, but with that bus incident, it could really go either way. Otherwise, we are seeing Blue 4 starting to land some of their vehicles here. The Hind grounding itself right now. And we've already had some people dropped off. Blue 4 dropping off their marksman group and their commanding officer here. Now, I do want to apologize in advance because I had no dedicated spectator slot. The 2 buttons I have to do maneuvers in the interface where I have to kill myself to get into, they're a little sticky. And so I either get this movement or I get this, so my camera angles might be a little harsh today. I do apologize for that. Again, this is not the normal interface I get. And sorry to hear that, as you really need to stop sucking dick at the gym, all right? Otherwise, it's going to happen again. Be careful, buddy. OFCRA is the EU one, yes. FNF also has an EU branch, which is more popular as well, but yeah. A Hind, as in as Snake, is nowhere... Wait, what? A Hind, as long as Snake is nowhere... Oh, it's a Metal Gear Solid joke. I got you. I got you. Okay. Says guy who deep throats bag dragons. Yeah, alright, you got me. Anyway, so Blue 4 is landing around on the eastern side of this large AO, and they are trying to take the first Elder first. So anyway, here's how both sides score points. So there's a neutral objective here, the Mujahideen compound. Whoever controls it at the end of the AO gets points. There's also 3 village elders. Blue 4 have the option to go up to them, do a scroll wheel option to interrogate. Every village elder they interrogate also gives them points. If OFCRA stops the interrogation, then they get points, but they can only stop it by just preventing it for the entire game. So this is just another one of those objectives where the Mujahideen are being on the defensive, and Blue 4 has to be on the offensive, as the Soviets. Mujahideen won decisively last game because they had a big amount of numbers by the end. The first round, the Soviets won by just overwhelming force and a really bad deployment of, at the time, it was the Afghan military. So, based on that history, and the Afghan military kits were completely different than the Mujahideen kits, the Mujahideen have a better advantage here in terms of winning based off of past events and kits, but I think Blue 4 is going to learn from their mistake and potentially deploy things accordingly. We also got some AI running out on foot. We still have some AI all the way around the actual village here, who have all been cable tied minus 1. So he is active. And it looks like this bus might have gotten itself stuck. So they've just left it here. Yeah, they high-barred the bus. Amazing. Well, I'm glad to know that, you know, TSB wasn't the only group to do that within the first few minutes of a scenario. Alright, so Blue 4 making a slight mistake here. You never want to put your helicopter routes over your infantry, because that just attracts attention to the infantry, because, you know, players are going to be able to hear that helicopter coming in. What I'm really concerned about, though, is where, and it does look like it's taking a minute for when I move from position to position for the units to get highlighted, so I apologize for that. But I'm curious where the Stinger launcher is. Every group by one of the village elders appeared to have a Stinger, but I don't see it here. It's probably going to be kept in a safe spot, but I don't know. I feel like this would be a good angle to potentially try to engage some of their assets, but otherwise OPFOR is just hiding out in a building right now, waiting for Blue 4 to come by. The Stinger missiles in their luggage. Shut up, Zam. That highlight still pisses me off. That and the fact that that drop table kept dropping binos, but c'est la vie. Alright. My Discord's blowing up. A few people are randomly DMing me. I'll try to answer those after the scenario. But otherwise, what I'm a little concerned about right now is Blue 4's attack tactics here. I also don't get the symbolism to see who's in a Vic at a time from this interface, unfortunately, so we have to actually go out and look. We've got a few guys over in this truck. How many do we have in this truck down here? A few as well. So there's a full-on squad trying to come around at that angle. We've got some other squads out and about here. How Blue 4 lost last time was they divided their forces way too much and put them in positions where they couldn't support each other. And the defenders, with their number advantage, were able to just piecemeal the attacking force section by section, not because they intentionally did it, but because Blue 4's formation just kind of caused it to happen. So I'm curious to see if that's going to happen again, and it looks like it's starting to line up here. But what I do like is we see two large groups of infantry here, but they are in a position to potentially support themselves again, which normally I'd be excited about, but this happened last time, specifically in the AO right here, where they had BTRs here and they were firing at a neighboring hill across the riverbank with infantry ready to come up and flank that position. But as soon as the flank started, the BTRs pulled back and they were left to fend from themselves, and that attack was fought off. So I'm hoping we see some better tactics by Blue 4 today, some better support structures, and we'll see how things go. And if not, they're just going to get perished like last time. Son of Shadow, it's going A-okay. Thank you for asking. Also trying to collect some interns for the game Forewarned, but so far haven't been able to find any. I don't know, Dante's bored of Phasmo. I'm kind of bored of Phasmo too, because it's just really a hide game at this point. But there's still a few buggy mechanics, so sometimes no matter what, especially on the higher difficulties, you're just dead. And there's nothing you can do about it. I think Ghost Hunter Core is fun, but, you know, you don't want to play the same horror game all the time unless it's a new one for you, because you're going to get yourself burnt out from it real quick. And we'll see as, again, I'm trying to find people to play certain games with. Have I hydrated yet? The glass is already almost empty, to be honest, but sure, I'll give you a freebie. At this point, we're just waiting for Blue 4 to maneuver properly. Again, they got a good formation going here. And if they do this properly, they can piecemeal OFCRA, because OFCRA is divided amongst 3 objectives. We'll also see this squad that's deploying up from the north start doing some harassment. But my real question is, how is Blue 4 going to factor in their air support, knowing that each enemy AO has a stinger that could easily shoot down any of their helicopters if they are not careful with them? Even if they are careful with them, though, it's a fucking stinger against an MI-24 and an MI-8, you know, early generations that didn't have any countermeasures to that. It's going to be a tough one. Forewarned and Phasmo are the same game? Yeah, you could argue that. The issue, though, is there's some key differences, though. Not just with the theme, but the actual game mechanics. And the specialized equipment in... You can still beat a game of Forewarned without any specialized equipment if you're a little lucky, but also if you get the right levels of detecting stuff. I could go back to Warcraft 3. Again, haven't been able to find a lot of people to play Warcraft 3. I have a few people that want to play, but we never have enough players to play anything proper. Plus, for whatever reason, the past few times I wanted to play Warcraft 3, something IRL would come up and I'd have to cancel, and I'm not going to risk that again, you know? But Angel, thank you for dropping by with those words. I hope you keep enjoying the streams, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's also just not talk about Blizzard, for the love of God. Now, let's see. So this group was originally down there. Now they're moving up here. And they could potentially run right into this Blue 4 group, which, if Blue 4 properly does their tactics and they spot the OFCRA group first, they could find a position, hold and engage, and have this force come in and flank within a few minutes. But I don't know, OFCRA seems to have a little bit of an advantageous position, but they're looking the wrong way. Blue 4 skylining on the left, but no one's noticed just yet. Did NASA just see something? Nope, he's looking back. Did Demovar see something? No, he did not. I think Blue 4 spotted. Yep, they're starting to dig trenches. MNX trying to get a good sniper line here with the SVD. But this is great for Blue 4, because Blue 4 can open up right here. Oh, I thought that would have hit him. So, yeah, these guys are all going to freak out. The Tracers are going to give his position away, though. Good hit on him, but it wasn't enough to down him. Great shot right there by Ibanek. Great sniper shot. Now he's trying to follow up to pick off a few more. Runs out of ammo in his 10-round magazine. But now what needs to happen is Blue 4 needs to keep these guys pinned. Oh, it's Zicky up there, too. At this range, he could definitely help to suppress them. They need to force these guys to hunker down, and this group needs to come around and flank. Get on this ridge side, stay on the rear, and they could deal a devastating early blow to OPFOR here. Now with this force harassed, this group can now move in and take the first village, because they have to go under the assumption that OPFOR is deployed evenly amongst the 3 villages. But if they want to press this advantage, this group needs to go in immediately to get in those early points. Still, they need to be cautious about the move-in. But what's stopping the MG group from getting a few eyes down there to at least do a brief scout out as the rest of the men move into flank? I mean, SVD back then was considered a sniper rifle. Now, by our definitions, it's a marksman rifle, because real sniper rifles of our time, currently, can pretty much outperform it. Back then, technology, man. So when I call something a sniper, I usually fail to give the context of why, so that's me trying to explain. Anonymous Gifter gave a sub to Tasteful Fate. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. But look at this. Blue 4 doing exactly what they should be here. Moving up to this ridge. They're going to take it, and they're going to try to do a flanking action here. But Blue 4's harassing element also moving up, smoking this hill, trying to put pressure on OPFOR. Now, OPFOR has to be really careful, because there's a lot of decisions that they could make here, but all of them are going to be bad. They can retreat, be pushed in the open. This MG group is going to shoot them in the back. That's going to result in high casualties. Or they can hold, get in some positions of cover dealing with that group. Then they'll get flanked. Or they can move up this ridge to try to flank that group, and they're going to run into that group, and then you're going to have all-out warfare. Honestly, I think if they stayed moving to try to flank that group, they could potentially, whoever basically goes guns up first up there is going to get it. But they need to make a decision soon, because otherwise Blue 4 is going to walk right up on them. See, they're all in open, no cover. And looking at the angle here, this could be a massacre. We need to see these guys, though. They need to look down the hill and see these guys immediately. But Anonymous Gifter also giving a sub to Saints. Again, hope you both keep enjoying the operation. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. But look at that. They just poked their heads over. They saw that. I think Shay just saw them, though. So we might be calling that out. OPFOR running the rest of their guys up there. Oh, yep. Okay, they're going guns up, though.
Send in GOAT Team 6 now.
Now they're being very, very cautious as Blue 4 moves this group up here. And another sub going to 917 again. Thank you. Hope you all keep enjoying the ops. Get a nice kick out of this scenario. Oh! I don't know why you push up when you're in a firefight. There's an even trade right there, but Settler coming around. Manages to get picked off by Mr. Dave as he was trying to hit Parthius. Again, I think this is the best play OPFOR could have made, because at least they're pushing against the unit that's flanking them. Because at this point, they're playing to win those numbers. And we have a Hind going over the AO. That's a sacrificial lamb. They're trying to bait out a Stinger missile, because there's no reason that it should be flying low and slow like that. It's a very risky call. All right, so we got Mr. Dave alone up here. Parthius was taken out as Blue 4 is continuing to push up the hill. They've done a good job, though, taking out a few extra Blue 4 guys along the way. 2 casualties. One is an AI, so we... oh, no, he already left. So, yeah, 3 guys down. Dub pulling around. Manages to get his head blown off so hard it did some twisting there. Sorry for my bad camera angle work. Again, it's because of the interface, but shot so hard his head... Ugh. Did a little death spin there. Parthenax, oh my god.
Send in goat team 6.
And the anonymous gifter keeps gifting. Another sub going to Zolanius and Zero Fox. Appreciate it. I'm also appreciating the fact that you're giving it to people directly in the chat instead of doing the anonymous gift system where it just like shuffles to a random person, but that person might not be here. I think that's a really weird system, but I appreciate it. Now, Ivno, you're coming in. Very rough start for Red 4. I do agree, Ivno. I think Blue 4 might have you guys outgunned purely because of the circumstance. It's 20 to 40 as well. Yeah, it's a toughie. Grenade going out. It's just the circumstance of Blue 4, unlike last time, where Blue 4 sent small groups in and Op 4 just piecemealed them. Now Op 4 is forced into a position where their objectives are all really far out, and Blue 4, as long as they apply some simple tactics to the operation, can easily piecemeal the Op 4 forces here. Yeah, but Ivno, since they had the attack number advantage, I might have said earlier that the defenders had the advantage. That was me misspeaking. Fanning out of your defensive positions was probably a very... It wasn't probably, it was a very big mistake. Because now the entire first defensive group has gone out, and you've only collected 3 enemy casualties for like a third of your force. Which... it's not going to be worth it. At least with these big buildings, you can nullify the enemy's number advantage, because these buildings can't be destroyed. They're not going to fire on it at risk of killing him, but you can just bait out the attackers and set up a lot of nice kill zones. So I'm going to Slushy, Noise, and always...
Goat team 6 now.
I think it's supposed to say, be pronounced always ACOG, but again, thank you. Hope you all keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Campaign moment. Now, we could still see an upset, though. The most dangerous thing in PvP is having no body armor with rifle-based calibers and automatic rifles, because that means one guy could take out an entire squad before he's taken down himself. So if a group isn't doing proper spacing, they could pretty much get picked off. So I'm waiting to see if we'll see Shay or Seal do something. And there's that something. There goes Seal. I think I meant to say Shay and Andy, but yeah, Andy getting one good pick off there. And he's got a nice defensive position, and people have to come out in the open to try to engage him. So we could still see the upset. And Blue 4, they still have their forces roughly divided, so if this attack is easily thwarted back, you could still see Op 4 come back. Andy trying to stop Brewer from poking out. Andy now being flanked. He's got some rock cover to go in, though. Got to keep his head down. Immediately starts returning fire. So what could screw Andy, though, is the coordination of these two elements, but because they're in different groups, it's a little hard to do that from squad leader to squad leader. Also, Ivno, are there any short-range radios? Because I don't think there are for Mujahideen. Or Soviet-Afghan war. So that makes coordinating, hitting this guy just that much more difficult. Brewer now trying to come around to a defensive position on his own. And you got Shay down here crawling around. I don't think he was even sure if that's a friendly or not. He just looked at him for a second. Now, if you get a sub from the Anonymous Gifter, please be sure to thank him. And whoever you are, Mr. Anonymous, I sincerely thank you for everything you're doing here. You rock short ranges? All right. So having short range radios makes it easier to coordinate hitting a position like this. All they need to do is distract Andy so that Brewer can come up and tap him point blank. If Andy is being perceptive, though, he'll be able to hear these footsteps. But this little opening in the crevice could be something Brewer takes advantage of. Shay might be able to hear this and come around. So Brewer taking it slow to minimize his footsteps. I think he's going to get the flank here. Yep, he's dead. There it is. Shay now turning around. Waiting to hear the gunfire. He stays prone. More blue 4 coming in. If Shay's patient, he might be able to catch these guys out of position, but he might also get spotted. Yeah, he's bipoding. This could be a pretty nasty play here. Smoke grenade was thrown. Goes Adrius. Doesn't get the second kill. Bad guy overranging his shots. Gets hit. Goes prone in a bush. Oh, a grenade going right off next to Shay. Yeah, that was... Oh, my God. He's dead. Wow. A grenade attack from Blue 4 killing the last assault, and I haven't seen grenades used that effectively in a while. Still, grenades in PvP for Arma 3 are a little ineffective overall, even if units don't have body armor, because you just watched 4 grenades be used to take that guy down. Granted, it was a sloped surface, but it's a tough call there. Still, that was some pretty nasty overkill. I keep trying to, but he leaves as soon as he gives a sub. Ah. Damn. So let's see. Blue 4 managed to rack up another 2 kills for those 2 deaths, keeping it even. But again, Blue 4 has that number advantage. So Op 4 lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blue 4 lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it looks like one of the hips was shot down. The other hip's going over. So those are the unarmed ones. They're just trying to bait out the stingers. And Skipper here, he's, or Skipper here, excuse me. He's holding on to it. He does have a backpack, which indicates he might have additional ammo. So I'm not sure if he shot down the other one and is out of ammo, or if he's just waiting for something more juicy to hit it with.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
He's debating. But this is exactly what Blue 4 wants. They want to try to bait out Op 4 to use all their stingers so they can get their more powerful aircraft in that can actually do a good chunk of damage. You got the crew of Hip 1 over there as well. I think they're by the Mi-24. Nope, they're on the station over here. How high up are they? Or are they landed? No, they're landed. Okay. So yeah, this is the gunship one with the gun pods. That's the really deadly one. I feel bad though for the 2 other Hip pilots. One already got shot down. The other one, they're literally just trying to bait the stingers out right now. It's a pretty good idea though. It's sacrificial, but it's a good idea because potentially the pilot's going to be able to see where the stinger comes from, and then he can immediately say, hey, it came from this position, you know, as he's being been shot and going down. And then they can have an armed one then come in and do a nasty strafe. Take that position out. But if they're not engaged, then they can just fly around and get recon data on the big hills to point out where they see movement or not. So Op 4 is in a lose-lose situation there. It's a dirty tactic, but it works. He's fucking waving at it. Got these 2 trucks still climbing up on this hill, so they're probably going to go right for this position here. Which we actually see the blue markers there, which is interesting. It's kind of weird. I saw blue markers, but I was on the Op 4 team when I had to kill myself to get the spectator slot. They're looking right at it as it passes over. Now, it's going to be a little painful here is the transition. Blue 4 has to get these trucks in position to deploy the 1 squad. I don't know if they're going up there to then overwatch the valley, which makes sense, or if they're going to go try a sniping objective on their own. In their shoes, under their commander, I'd put them up on an advantageous position for overwatch, get that southern objective done, and then have these guys overwatch this group coming in. They won't be able to do anything from their range, but they can call airstrikes, which would be incredibly useful. So if, you know, Blue 4 is just flying these helicopters around, testing the waters of the Stinger. Ooh, they're trying to spray it down. You are hearing some metallic hits. that's good. So, to answer Lone Survivor's question, aka Azariah, yes, you can use a Carl Gustav as a mortar. It does not have a maximum det range. You can't do it with an RPG because it has a maximum detonation range of 700 meters. Back in the Luton days, we did use a Carl Gustav as a mortar, and it pissed him off because we actually got a really lucky hit with it and killed, like, one of his tanks. Because it was a top-down hit, and armor on a tank is weakest on the top and the underneath part. And we smacked one in the engine. But yes, it is possible. You literally need to go into the Eden editor and just arrange that shit out. Yeah, angles and range, exactly. It's a very Eander thing to be done. Oh, Zero, could be a bot. Could be, just someone really quick. Who knows? There's plenty of bots on Twitch. There's plenty of bots on YouTube. But hey, you know, removing that dislike button on YouTube, that's going to solve everything, right? Duh. So I'd imagine Blue Force plan is they're going to get the first few points on the board for interrogating him. We're going to see them move up, potentially take the Mujahideen compound. I think they shouldn't take the Mujahideen compound, though. I think they should take that last, because they should focus on the Elders instead and try to lower where OPFOR can have defensive units, and then just airstrike the shit out of the Mujahideen compound with the gun pods. Because let's be realistic here. So this is the compound. If you have control of the surrounding mountains, you could have an MI8 right here. You could just lift it up in the air, line it up, do a massive gun pod spray, have someone overwatch from up here with binos on the net to say if it was effective or not, and just rinse and repeat. And you could just annihilate anything that's right here. The issue with attacking it early on is you're going to have to send forces then to defend it for the rest of the game. So I don't know. I don't recommend that plan, but we'll see what they go with. Now you got Blue 4 dismounting over here as well. And then you got OPFOR all the way out here on this neighboring mountainside. But they are overwatching this angle. So it's going to be nigh impossible for Blue 4 to get anything up there without it being noticed. Defense won last week. Well, no, last time we did Soviet-Afghan War, which I think was 2 weeks ago. Last week was something different. I just can't remember off the top of my head. And yeah, normally I'd play my Homeworld 2 music for a map like this, but since it's Soviet-Afghan War, gotta break out the Red Alert 2 stuff. I know Dark Pikachu. I just find it all very funny. How quick people are to bend over for corporations and China and all the new markets and shit. Oh well. We can all complain about it, but at the end of the day, it's because people like money, you know? Can I do a side count real quick? All right. Let's see.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
There are 40 players on Blue 4 right now. On Op 4, not counting the AI, there's 1. And 28 players on Op 4. So Blue 4 have a 12-person number advantage right now. Sub was just gifted to Dark Pikachu. Nice. So people stop suggesting you're a bot? Everyone's always gonna give you a title, regardless of what you actually do, just based off of their perception of you. Take it from me, a lot of people shit talk what I do all the damn time in other communities, and I always find it really funny. I get to live rent-free in people's heads, you know? Otherwise, Blue 4 is gonna come in here, we're gonna see the interrogation action done, which I don't think we'll see any pop-up for it. And then I'm assuming we're gonna see some sort of execution. So the reason you just enhance movement on him, because it's a spacebar interaction, you can also do it with the enter key. And they can also adjust the time it'll take for that action to be done. But I imagine when they finish, they're just gonna shoot the shit out of him. Sam's definitely a bot. And no problem, Ivno. Huh. They, I didn't hear a gunshot there. He kind of just dropped dead. So I'm assuming, the ad action that allowed them to do the quote-unquote interrogation and scored the points also included a kill command. Fun. Heart attack, yeah. Soviet aggression, who knows. Op 4's turned their numbers away, and that's actually allowed Blue 4 a small window to potentially get in here. Tough call. But now, where is Blue 4's main force going to go from here? Maybe they OD'd him, but I didn't see any medical animation, so I think it was just part of the script that ran for the quote-unquote interrogation. He jumped out of a first-floor window and landed on his head. Definitely a suicide. You see, it's the Soviet Union in another country, so... like the Americans in Vietnam, it just happened. Don't worry about it. I don't think you're ever going to see Gavilar fly again, unfortunately. He's gone off to do other things. Because he couldn't get over something. He slept and fell onto 18 bullets that were expended from their cartridges. Yes. Yes, they were. What's that? If you want to slap Zam, feel free to. Yeah, he's been gone for a while, Wolf. Sorry to say. Who knows, Benny? At this point, who cares? No one can do a thing about it. And we've already seen that bitching about things on YouTube doesn't really get us anywhere, so all we can do is continue to bitch. Just keep voicing your opinion. So right now I'm trying to see... Op 4's redeploying over here. But I'm not sure if they've noticed that Blue 4 force just yet. They have a wide net here, but I'm not sure if it's wide enough. Am I a turtle? You've been talking to 917, haven't you? All right, 917's the real turtle here, okay? You should ask him if he's a turtle. I mean, we were going to let the Soviets keep Afghanistan. It's just the Afghanistani Mujahideen didn't let them. We just gave them support. Like the Soviets gave support to Vietnam through weapons and training and shit. Did Sippo just notice these guys from all the way back here? Yeah, he's got Lux now looking in that direction. All right, so Op 4 has spotted this Blue 4 group moving in. So we'll see now if Op 4 is going to adjust its forces. I'm curious, though, if this is a feint and they're going to send... Blue 4 is going to adjust this force and try to send it from a different angle. That would be the smartest play they can make. But at this point, we just need to see Blue 4 bring up their momentum. Op 4 looks like they're drawing an arrow here. They're going to have a southern force come into the valley and try to flank that group. That might be an opportunity that Blue 4 is waiting for, with baiting a force down there so then this force can come down and flank it. I don't think that's Blue 4's plan, but I think that's going to be a good attack of opportunity if Op 4 carries that out. So when's the next stop? Is it tonight? The next stop I will be Zeusing will be on Sunday. It will be the MCO. Tonight, normally I Zeus for Pog, but Pog wants to take a few weeks where they Zeus. And I'm like, all right, cool. And they just want me to play on the ground. So I might get some booze out, to be perfectly honest. I brought from the house I used to live.
Team 6.
I had a bunch of honey wine, aka mead, and I do need to drink a little bit of it because I have way too many bottles of that stuff. Dread Knight giving a sub to Sobeny, my bad. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. As in your shoes, I would absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, that would save me. I think only people in relationships would understand why. Anyway. I hope everyone liked the clip that went on YouTube this morning from a stream the other day. I thought it would be funny to put that up because she just messed with me during a Forewarned stream.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Exactly. Yeah, see, What's That knows what's up. Well, no, What's That? I made that joke at the beginning of the stream before you got here as Az came in. That's what they're talking about. So Blue Force still splitting their forces here. We're going to have a group on the ridge and a large group. Yeah, so strong arm, weak arm. My term for when you have a lesser superior force and a greater superior force from the same side operating on the same angle in a form of a pincer. Usually the weaker force is comprised of Overwatch assets such as snipers, marksmen, medium anti-tank, javelins, you name it. Or it's going to be a distractionary force or a feint force that'll go in, distract the enemy so the larger force can then come around. Usually, though, you could see either the strong arm or the weak arm do that, but there's a lot more advantages to having a play like this because, you know, you can put all your supporting roles in superior terrain, which would be favorable in this advantage where this is all flat, and then you got this nice mountain range on the side. The issue is going to be the range because this is literally a kilometer of distance, each one of these boxes. So maybe that'll be a support element to call in the helicopter, or maybe they'll come in right here and try to overwatch from the other side of the riverbed. It's anyone's call, but as I look into this AO, considering the circumstances of the scenario, I don't think this was the best call. I think they should have just kept everything down in the valley, and any overwatch that they needed or any support fire could have been done by ground command calling in his air assets to just strike the shit out of anything. So looking down, we still have the first hip. It's now on the, oh, it's coming around. I wonder if it's going to do an airstrike on this hill, because it's flying low. Now the real question is there a dude with a stinger up here? Because that would be a very juicy target for OpForce stinger gunners. I'm not seeing it. So this is the dangerous one. It's got the gun pods. It has the 3 PKTs. It's flying low enough for a crack shot with the disposable AT to take it out, but guys are hiding. I mean, you got two guys with RPG 26s right here, which again, I find funny that the Mujahideen have the more advanced disposable AT weapon. Don't deploy the goats for their own safety. Keck. Yes, so I was part of the beta, so I was under, I don't know what to call it, but basically they put out a document saying, hey, you're not allowed to talk about it till it's released, what's in it, blah, blah, blah. So yes, I've looked in it. Will I do any content on it? I'm not sure yet. NDA. That's the term. Thank you. Yeah. So it's got some good stuff in there. It's just a lot of vanilla reskins, but, you know, it's a decent map. Any new terrain is good, but I don't know. I thought about releasing one of those videos where I just go through everything, but to be honest, guys, the only, like, 3 things that are good about it, in my opinion, are, well, no, I'll include a 4th, but as we were going over it today in TSB, the ZU-23s are, the RHS's upgraded ones are better, in my opinion, because they have a better sight. But they do everything else with the ZU-23 correctly, even the fact that, you know, the gun's recoil will actually, like, shake the Vic that it's on. But the 3 really good things about it is it adds mortars on APCs. It has a shit ton of mortar ammo as well, which is pretty interesting. But they have that. They added some up-armored technicals, which, you know, you would otherwise normally only be able to find in Cup. And what was the 3rd one? Oh, and gun drones, which, I'm going to be perfectly honest, you could just re-script any drone to fire any gun you want, but now it at least has, like, a futuristic pylon. So, you know, there's that. So I think Air's flying over here to see if there's anything up there. I'm not sure if Blue Force spotted anything above that hill, but I would not be surprised if we saw one of these OPFOR guys get up with his RPG and fired it at one of these Vics. Now, what I'm really concerned about is if we have one flying high on Overwatch right here, shouldn't the one high... no. Okay, so what I was going to ask is, shouldn't the one up high be the one doing that as the closer one flies around below to do the scouting? Because the armed one is the more important one, but actually that one's the least important one because they have stingers. So by flying super low on top of the hill, they're going to be within the minimum arming range of the stinger and thus be less likely to get hit by a stinger. The one issue they then run into are the RPG-18, RPG-26 and RPG-7 gunners that might fire. Plus, it would be really easy if they were engaged by ground fire, then it could immediately just look down and boop them with the freaking gun pods. Also, those mobile deployable shields, yeah, there's that. We've had some of them in the sci-fi mod set for a while. I've wanted to make an op out of them. There was going to be an op out of them, but currently there's a dick fighting contest in the Arma 3 mod community between some of the original devs of the Star Wars Opposition mod. And doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Which, granted, it's just one guy in the right and one guy in the wrong, but, you know, people. I think this is going to be another one of those scenarios with OFCRA where I do a lot of editing, because this is going to be one of those ops where it's 90% maneuvering, 10% actual action, which is fine. Totally fine. Now. You just have to be patient with it, but the action can be quite good. Alright, thanks for giving a sub to Vodka. Vodka, feel free. I would say with TSB right now, I'm pretty happy with it because from a personal standpoint, I'm not an admin anymore, so I don't have to deal with a lot of the drama. I'm only there to, you know, see about it, and if I'm asked a question about something, I'll be able to answer it. But the mod sets are pretty well refined. They're still pretty big, but they offer a great range of different things to do. And a lot of the people that cause issues aren't really there anymore. Granted, there's still a few. But I want to say before the Monday op, there weren't really a lot of issues. And it's just now it goes through a period of, I want to say every month, there's like a minor scuffle that happens, which is down from what it usually is. Usually it's every other week. And I'm still waiting to see when the next major little drama moment will be, but so far it's been good. It's been pretty light. Yeah, and Az is right in all honesty. If you spend 3 years, because Az played all the damn time. Az is Lone Survivor of us. So, you know, playing in TSB for 3 years actively at least once, no, not even once, like twice a week. Yeah, you were up to 5 offs a week at times. Of course you got bored of it, because you literally burnt yourself out. Well, I mean, think about it. Like, so a week has 52 weeks. I'm gonna take the lower end of it. I'm gonna go to 2. So if you play 2 ops a week for 3 years, that's 106 ops. No, it's 106 weeks, and then we doubled that. That's 212 ops over 3 years. I could argue that playing 212 ops will probably show you almost all of what could happen in Arma 3, to be perfectly honest. Ooh! What got hit? That was a helicopter getting hit. But by what? His tail's fine. It sounded like it came from his helicopter. Oh, it might have been this one. That's the armed one. But its tail is also fine. So I think it was just some random ground fire from this position. Was that a Dishka? I didn't realize they had Dishkas. Okay. They got Dishkas and spotlights on this one. Interesting. So yeah, Dishka would be very, very capable of shredding a position. Now again, I don't know if the Elders are killable or not, but at this point, why not just airstrike the other 2, because you already got the points for that one, and then just capture the compound, and then you'll basically starve out OPFOR from getting any points. And if the Elders can't die, then just airstrike where you know you're being attacked from, you know? Billman, he still runs them, I want to say, once every few months. Him and Sniper, they'll run ops, but it's once in a while. Snipers I liked because they're balanced in the sense that if, you know, there's a very low tolerance for mistakes and you get punished pretty hard for them. And that's enjoyable because a lot of Zeuses are pretty easygoing in TSB, which I kind of prefer that style just specifically, but, you know, there's still a little bit of something for everyone. Unless you're someone like Az who spends, who plays almost every single operation. Just burns himself out, you know? But I'm glad he's found his place now within Friday Night Fights. And I hope he does well this Thursday, because I assume he's going to be part of the OFCRA versus FNF scenario. See, I thought I heard a heavier cannon firing, like a 23 millimeter. I see a spotlight here. It might have just been the PKP in the distance, but look at this fucking trench they dug. Look at that. Just a fucking sandworm. They landed there because their engine was shot out. There's no reason for them to actually land there. Just one of these chuckleheads got a lucky hit and actually took out the, either the main rotor or the engine. Either is just as likely. If anything, the engine more likely. I don't think OPFOR is going to be able to repair that thing, but now Blue 4 has to kind of step up to take the compound because their hands are getting tied. Blue 4 also sending a force up here. They're going to be countered by some OPFOR guys in the tree line. Now the only air asset that Blue 4 has to work with is the 24 with its 12.7 rotary cannon because it doesn't have any pylons, but it seems like a little bit of a silly mistake for Blue 4 to make at this stage of the game. Now my question is, how good is Chemist series skills? He's got a fucking view. Bro. Bro. So is he just gonna go like full on commando here, or like what? What was the plan? The other guy had an AKSU, but he doesn't need the parachute at this point. He should drop that to lower his profile and his weight so he can move around harder. But is he just camping the helicopter now? 'Cause at this point, Royd's gonna get right behind him and just shoot him in the back. What the heck? So we got some banging music for this one. Oh! Oh my god. He could still wake back up. He just, oh my god, he got sprayed and prayed. Oh. No, he saw the little silhouette there. Oh my god. That was pretty damn funny. So I could still bring up Royd there. Honestly, he should have gone into this so we could at least circle around this area and bait him instead of get it stuck in that small little area there. But a situation like that is really hard to critique because it's just a really bad situation to be in the first place. You know what I mean? I'm hearing some distant gunfire here as Blue 4 is now pushing this position. Op 4 is trying to send 2 guys down here to flank around. That's Pepe and Reek. But we're seeing the Blue 4 guys getting picked off as they climb up the hill. 2 Blue 4 down. You hear that helicopter, but it's not going to be able to do much. Curious what these guys are shooting at. Oh, they're shooting at those guys all the way back there. This would be a good place to bring in that 24, but I think they're still going to keep it in reserve. We got the hip now being shot at. Oh, and here come the 2 flankers. But they were engaged. Barros, I think, just took one out. Now it's just up to Rick. Another hydrate, you got it. There will be no Adriado incident here today. So I think Blue 4 is going to lose this firefight at this point. They got no support. Ooh, and that was a nice headshot on Rick by Barros there. You saw the splatter of blood right on top of his face. And you still got the MI8 circling, but at this point, Op 4 is not going to give a shit about it because it's not firing at them, and I don't see any gun pylons on it. So I don't have to worry. And Knight giving a sub to Taram. Thank you so much. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Now, back on the south here, it looks like they have the weak arm force coming around on the north, and they're just going to encircle that Mujahideen compound and take it out. I hope we're not going to see one force bypass while the other force attacks. They need to just attack with their numbers at this point. There's a third guy over here. He's now dead. It's just up to Ezio and Barros. And the 24 has landed. And they're picking up ground command. See, I guess it makes sense. Maybe they're going to move them to a different angle, but having a spotter is always a good call for airstrikes to at least confirm the effect of targets because the aircraft is going to be flying low and fast to stay away from stingers. So I don't know where they're going to reposition at this point. You still got these three guys going way north. I guess to potentially sneak into the third village elder. I assume this compound's going to get taken. If OFCRA can deal some pretty nasty casualties, maybe they can pull it back, but it's not looking good for OFCRA right now. My question... Oh my god. So, you've got a guy in the rear MI8 turret right now using it as a machine gun bunker, and he's trying to suppress this Blue 4 group as they come in. That is a great tactic to use. He should have waited for them to get closer, though, because he's giving himself away. Now, this Blue 4 group might be able to come in and just get an AT shot on that helicopter and take it out. Okay, so trajectory-wise, what is he shooting at? Because we don't get tracers from this interface. And who's calling those shots? Because they don't have the guy on the hill with the binos out anymore. So they're firing it in this compound, doing a big suppression here. But it's just bullets. I mean, there's no HE effect, so it's going to be very minimal in its effects there itself. But at least makes them keep their head down, and that buys time for Blue 4 to come in. One man taken out by the MI8 gun turrets. A second one knocked unconscious. I swear, if Bob clutches this with the shot down MI8. Sorry if I keep calling it MI24. That's an MI8 hip. That's an MI24 hind up there. Yes, don't worry. Ah, fuck me. Thankfully, that doesn't get you banned anymore, but... Alright. Yeah, that's certainly an interesting sandworm, isn't it? And this stream just got banned in Germany. Boo-hoo. Alright. Blue 4, meanwhile, those two guys have moved up. There's only 5 dudes up here. Barros has been doing a great job. He might be able to push with Ezio and actually clear that position out. Some flanking fire up here. AT was just launched into the compound from the northern group. Nubas coming out. Wow! Great defensive play by Nubas there. Was that a PKM or an RPK? Either way, that was definitely more than 30 rounds. That's a PKM. He just stopped this entire attack, and the third guy has run around the northern side. Great defensive play by OFCRA there. Really great, in fact. So OFCRA, they could still hold this. Quickly looking up here on this hill. Barros not covering his rear. Always not looking right. That's pretty damn funny. Now Virgil's going to come in, and Barros is going to kill him. Does a double take. Alex now turns around. Ezio also shooting at him. Always throws a grenade. Is Ezio going to look right? No, Always starts firing first, but Ezio managed to get the magazine in his gun and take Always out. Barros now running from behind, making sure Always is dead. He's going to commit a double tap. No, he goes right. Does a quick reload for himself. Alex probably going to catch Ezio out of position. Barros moves back to help. That is going to give Alex a good potential to get a double kill here. Will he see it? Deflate's still a little bit in the way. This is always a really bad idea. Ezio gets killed. Always, I assume, just ran out of ammo there, and Barros taps him. And now that frees up Barros to continue this breach because his battle buddy's dead. Always, Alex got a little rushed there because Ezio opened up because he spotted him because of that skyline. But now this position is down to a 1v2 because I doubt Always is going to wake back up. So they've essentially relieved these three guys to move in, and OFCRA has almost lost another fight in this sense. Going back down to the hidden World War II position here. Looks like they've abandoned Did he get killed off in it? Yes, he did. Ah, that's unfortunate. That was Cheeseburger no, it was Bob Winchester going down. You got Nathashian trying to come in. Looks like Nubas was also picked off. It's just up to Bluck, Royd, and PHK to hold this position on their own. This is going to be a tough call. You got some suppression. You got forces going on all sides. Bluck. Was he firing at Nathan there, or was he firing north? I cannot tell. Looks like he was firing at Nathan. And Knight giving us up to what's that? Thank you. And Cybrate. Appreciate it. There it goes. Bluck getting picked off by the northern group as Blue 4 continues this encirclement. I think it's going to be GG at this rate. Op4's only got 2 more small defensive groups, but Blue 4 is just overwhelming at this rate. Bluck still hasn't double tapped always, but I doubt always is going to wake back up, so. Sorry. How do you pronounce that? Because I see a DK3D. So is it Dead Knight? Always fails his wake-up check? No, he's dead. All right. Also, my voice sounded a little hostile there. I apologize. How the fuck did you screw that one up? Nico had the first hit. I think he ran out of ammo. And Barrows just looked over and sprayed him. DK Knight. All right, well, DK Knight. Let's go with that. Now it's one-on-one Wall Rider up there. No offense to Nikos, but that's why you always check your magazine, you know? Make sure you got some full ammo, especially if you're going to check around and wonder where everyone is. Oh, Wall Rider's screwed. So, in Arma 3, there are a lot of predators out there, all right? There's goats, there's now camels with that new CDLC, but the most dangerous predator out of all of them are the rocks. You see, the rocks, they're no fickle mistress. They will eat whoever, whenever, why ever. And I think Wall Rider is he's just stuck in the Sarlacc pit here. He's screwed. He is unfortunately screwed. I saw him pull his AT out. He might give himself a nice little huzzah there. He can see out of the rock. No one can see him, but he can't shoot out of the rock. So, Wall Rider, I would like to present you with one capital F. Enhanced movement doesn't always get you out, though. That's the issue. His best bet would be to go up to an edge like right here and try to get his unit to climb on the rock side right there to then get out. But Wall Rider, I think, is now Rock Rider, if you know what I mean. Rode too hard on the wall, got stuck on a rock. Rest in peace. All right, looking back to the main fight here. Royd being the last man standing. Hiding himself in a pretty crafty spot. The one issue is there's no room to maneuver. And look at Zicky naked up there, just chilling. Does he see the rifle? Zicky. Zicky saw the rifle. Great pickoff by Royd there. Don't know who that was.
Send in goat
Zicky
6.
throws a grenade. Not sure if that was short or not. Nope, it's right there. Royd now trying to crawl out. He's on the little struts. Unfortunately, yeah, he strutted a little too hard. Tried to dive back into the wall. Now he's doing that little stanky leg dance, you know?
Send in goat
Definitely a
6
stanky leg dance. Remember, kids, sometimes when you die, you either vacate your bowels or you do a stanky leg, all right? That's just how it works. That's just how it works. He's still going. He was stuck, unfortunately, but he's still going. He's got a lot of kick left in him for being shot in the face multiple times. I'm impressed. Maybe when the foot stops, that's when brain functionality officially stops as well, and then he can officially be pronounced dead. Maybe? No? He's still got some moves left. Damn, this Middle Eastern man, he could have been a really great dancer. Probably the next Michael Jackson, let's be honest. Still going. Will someone up here come up and put him out of his misery, please? I mean, look at this man go. He's just tap dancing up a storm. My God. Like a little solo, man. Both feet are going. Rebel, can you look up? No? Okay. Well, someone's got to stop him. I'm worried. I'm gonna leave, come back, and he's still gonna be doing it. Blue 4, they're looking at it like, what is this? Just tap dancing to his grave. Still is. We're also gonna pay no attention to the fact that there's no hole, like right there. It's a, you know, warrant his body to keep doing this, but okay. Some serious moves. I think you could play Dance Dance Revolution for years and never get this good. Here we go. I didn't realize Afghanistani dudes had soles on their shoes back then. When were shoe soles invented? Oh, fuck, he's going good with that. Going really crazy. Four's none the wiser. Don't you hate it when all the dancers, the artists... Oh, he's going a little up now. His arm's still grabbing his gun. I think he's still alive, guys. He just grabbed the AK. He's ready to go. He's waiting for the right moment. He's playing dead. That's it. He's totally playing dead. 18 minutes till the end of the mission. Yeah, well, it's going to be a tie game at this rate unless these three guys get in. There's Op4 is just pulling back to the second village. So I think Blue 4 in the 18 minutes are going to be able to get to the third village elder. It's going to be GG. To Blue 4.
Team 6.
But we're waiting to see this one Op4 guy make his move. I mean, he's still kicking up a storm back here. That's what he's doing. He's using his legs, which aren't a vital part of his body, to try to bait Blue 4 to shoot at him, and then he's going to get up and hit him with the AK. Not actually hit, unless they're close enough, but, you know, probably shoot, you know, maybe, possibly. But it looks like Blue 4 just aren't seeming to take any interest to the bait, unfortunately. He can keep tap dancing all he wants, but Blue 4 just wants nothing to do with it. There's no dead horse here. There's just a dead player, and he is definitely beating his own legs together. Definitely. Anyway. It's not like there's anything else going on right now. Op4's regrouping at the second village elder because they've seen that Blue 4 has just gone from south to north. That's going to allow these three guys to sneak in, take that position unmolested, and that's going to be 3, 6, 9 points to 3 points. Unless Blue 4 also attacks this position and knocks Op4 down to 5 or less players for that supremacy bonus. You can see the exact points in, whatchamacallit, in the mission file command link, because it'll give you a link to the actual page where all this information is on. Your secret plot to enforce sub chat. That's funny. I don't know. My subs are always weird. Like, I'll have periods of, you know, a month or two where I'll have, like, over 1,000 subs, and then, like, a 3 to 4 month period where it slowly dips down to, like, 500, and then it'll just spike back up again. I think it's tied to, people just doing, like, massive amounts of gift subs, like Mod Addict or Larry, or anyone else for that matter, which I'm very appreciative of. Heck, I'm just happy that, you know, we have, 500 or so people that commit to it, you know? That enjoy the content enough to sub in the first place. The only way I see Op4 drawing... See, we hear the 24. It's all the way up here now. It's just harassing that compound, then quickly getting down to avoid that Dishka fire. The only conceivable way I see Op4 drawing this is if they had both elders defended. Or they sent in a force to sneak into the compound and take it back by the end of the mission because there's 18 minutes left. I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're just going to see a Hail Mary defense here. Blue 4 is going to fight for control, eventually win this fight, or even if they lose, we're going to see these three get up here, take that guy, and it's GG at that point. But we're going to at least see one nice endgame firefight. Which at that point, it'll be, you know, just for the hell of it. which I kind of like seeing that level of PvP more than actual objective gameplay. Because the difference is when you have players that know they're going to lose regardless of what they do, then they take a lot more risky actions, which you normally never see in normal PvP, and it gets really messy really quickly. Those are the really good clutch plays, which, you know, again, amount for nothing, but it's just a matter of, all right, fuck this, I'm just going to kill everyone I see at that point. But I don't see a way... Unless these three just sit there and do nothing for the next 18 minutes. I mean, now it's a little over 13 minutes, but... Yeah, I just don't see it. Yeah, I remember those days too, Halo. Back in the day. I don't know, I'm thinking about, just on the side, so fun fact, as we wait for this final battle to finish, or I guess start. So, this Saturday, we're going to be doing our a new DayZ build on Namalska. It'll be like full PvP, and I have had my audio guy tweak all of the audio snippets. So, he played me a few while I was doing a test run on the PvE server for DayZ, and I could not tell the difference between him actually shooting at me and, the gunshots actually going. Plus, we re-added all the vanilla guns into the drop pool, so all the vanilla sounding effects now I know could actually be real players. Because I think people really enjoyed the times where there was real gunfire or real footsteps going on, then people used troll sounds of the audio snippets to make me freak out over it, and I couldn't tell what was what. So that'll kick back up on Saturday, and I'll try to do it a few times a week. And I think everything I do on that server, I'm just going to stream so I can make more compilations of that. I've got one editor on dedicated editing duty right now. Haven't put it out any edited stuff for a while, but I've got a lot of good stuff from Forewarned that I sent to him. He's processing another Arma video. I still have one of his videos I need to release. I'm just waiting for the channel to start doing a little bit of an upturn again. And... the other editor who got out of the hospital, he's doing some IRL stuff. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, at this point, fuck it. Use the Sinner. He's waiting for the 24 to get a little more, get a little less cautious first. But so we got that going, but I can still give him some work to do. So I might give him some FNF stuff, but we'll see. And I'm still working for, you know, 2, if not 3 videos a day on the main channel, 2 on the Shenanigans channel, aka the PvP channel, and then 1 or 2 VODs if I have them. So, you know, a lot of stuff. But I'm thinking, you know, for the next few months, let's just go, you know, some random horror games, DayZ, and then maybe we'll move to something more generic. There, that's the opportunity he wants. Get it. He's going to backblast himself at this angle, but that's okay. Get it. Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah, so unfortunately Flipped bailed out a little too late there, but Lolo made it. They went way too high. They had to keep low. That's exactly what Outpour is waiting for, and they got it. 10 minutes left for them to travel 500 meters and interrogate. Yeah, no, this is GG. French players are making their last stand from FAWR. And also Tackle, Murdy. Yep, so these are all the French guys. See, Wassaint, he didn't, though, because he bailed out last second. So he was a coward trying to get out, but he didn't time it like the other guy, like Lolo. Yeah, so you can just now run down, join up with the remaining few infantry members here, but this is where that last fight's going to be. Thank you, Slushy. I actually just hydrated, so great timing. 10 minutes left. It's technically 9.5. Let's see how this goes. Posture check. Thank you. But yeah, maybe some low-stakes drunk streams with the horror stuff. We'll see. With the channel, I generally just like to stream what I want to play. That's a 12.7 shot right there. Skiver is the luckiest motherfucker on this server. He got headshotted multiple times, but what stopped the bullets is the hitbox of the Stinger launcher. That big block right there next to his head, at his angle, it was in between him and the shooters, so the bullets hit that block and he took no damage. Because if you fire at something in the launcher slot on someone's back, it's like an invisible wall that eats the bullets. So he literally, just at the best possible, the luckiest angle for him, he just got saved by that. That's funny as hell. Birdie now, they're using their RPGs point blank because fuck it, it's a last stand. These are the types of tactics I'm talking about, where they'll use everything to their advantage. You got the 12.7 firing up there. Oh, I think they're firing at the pilot coming down, because doesn't have the angle to engage in any other direction. AT going out. Great shot. But because of the type of warhead, I actually don't see... Okay, a little bit of damage, but otherwise nothing. You're seeing Blue 4 just charging in the open here. Does OFCRA even have a vehicle to no, they don't. So yeah, this is just their last stand at this point. Zixmi has changes up. I know, now his name says Love Poland instead of Fuck Poland. Or was it Free Poland? I don't know. Zixmi's just a memer and I love him. There's Zicky, so Zixmi is here, somewhere on this side. Yes, Love Poland now. I love it. Yeah, it was an HEAT. They don't have any of the more advanced rounds. Hear that heli flying overhead. Murdy just got executed from the rear by that one shooter. Rizbo just got hit by him. That was the second hit there, knocking him out. Who is that shooter over there? Barros, the guy that's been getting a lot of kills tonight. Good on him. I'm going to have to keep an eye on him in subsequent rounds. Still the motorcycle right here, so someone could rush out and retake that sector, but that would just be a Hail Mary at that point. We also have Zixmi alone in this well, he's with friends, but, you know, he's in this compound, so that's a major plus. He's a very good player in his own right. Grenades being thrown. 6.5 minutes left. They're securing that compound. AT going in to this structure. There was a dude in here. I don't see him anymore, so I think he ran out. So, numbers are looking pretty even for this last fight, in all honesty. If OFCRA can continue to hold, they'll win the battle, but they will unfortunately lose the war. They're still clearing. Roar, I don't hate you, buddy. If I hated you, I would have banned you by now. But no, I love the turtle joke, you know, because it's totally a joke, and I am not a turtle. I'm a human being, just like, you know, most of you. But I still have to give a shout out to all my lizard folk friends out there. You know, reptiles and lizards, amphibians, you know, they're close together, you know. Don't worry about it. I love how they've also dropped their long range radios. They don't need that anymore. Everyone's here. Grenade was thrown out. Unfortunately, it did a bit of, didn't really do anything for them. It just hurt their friends. Oh, I'm not a teenager anymore, so no, I'm not a TMNT guy. I'm an Arma slave, though. Yep, Bloodwing can attest to that. You literally made her beat me with a dildo in a short. So, don't worry about it. Yeah, so that's just up there to draw their fire and attention to allow Blue 4 to come up here with less eyes looking directly at them. Ooh, Natashan did the prone glitch where it slides you through the grass so it lowers your target profile, but you still do a full movement as if you're sprinting. All right, 4.5 minutes. Dude still hasn't been interrogated yet. Ethan watching that corner, he gets a kill. At this point, Blue 4 just need to chuck a bunch of grenades in and hope for the best. But imagine Mikhail is going to go in and do the interaction now. We'll check back in a minute. The Op 4 guy's dead, and that means they did it, and it's officially GG. He's taking him as a hostage instead. I don't think that's... If Op 4 ties the game because of a Blue 4 incompetence, I'm going to laugh my ass off. Maybe they're just waiting until the right moment. It's hard to tell. No, nope, he's still there. Baku gets in, manages to get the kill, but Roland then storms in with his PKP, or PKM, excuse me. PKP is more modernized version with black polymer finish instead of the wood stock finish. Checks the body. Ooh, 6-me. He smells trouble. But Roland gets him! Zixme got the first shot. I don't think he was on full auto, though. He was on semi-auto. Because I didn't see a full burst there, and I think that's what cost Zixme there. Always got to make sure your equipment's set. Star player on Op 4 is down. Could still wake back up, but I doubt it. No body armor. It's Roland. He did a bandage. He's giving himself some drugs. 2 minutes. Just camping him at this point. Still got some outlying guys, but this interior defense is what's falling apart here. Op 4 is down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Good call. If they lose one more guy, because we don't count the 2 AI, then Blue 4 gets the supremacy bonus, and then they win anyway by those points instead. So if Op 4 can hold out for another 90 seconds, they could potentially tie if Blue 4 doesn't know how to do the interrogation properly. If it's a tie, we just cancel the poll and everyone gets refunded. Minute. Skibber gets killed by Roland. I think that's it. No, he's still alive, so what was he shooting at? 45 seconds, Ziki comes up, kills Skibber. That's GG. That's GG. I'll wait for the official point counts to confirm, but we're down to 4 players now. No, it's 5. It's still 5. So Blue 4 guys went down, but Barrow scaling another. Now we're down to 4. And Rizbo's unconscious, but he would still count as a player for that member count. GG will be calculated any second now. He's still alive, so I'm not sure if they got the interrogation or not, but there it is. Yep, so they didn't interrogate him, but they didn't get the stronghold either, so you're kidding me. Do you know why? Because they didn't leave anyone in the purple zone where the base was at the end, so they didn't get the points for having anyone in the stronghold secured. So Op 4 wins. Op 4 wins. Now, hold up. Don, don't cash it yet. Don't cash it. Don't cash it. NASA is saying, let me look at something real quick. It might be, yeah. So Nubaz coming in saying it's a draw. Let me look at the website real quick. The supremacy bonus is supposed to be 3 points. So technically, it's a draw because Blue 4 didn't leave anyone in that compound to cash in those points, and they didn't interrogate the northern guy. And it said it was 5 to 6, but that's because 2 points were given for the supremacy bonus. So it's a draw because it should be 3 points, 6 on 6. So everyone gets a refund. GG. There's your draw for the day. Kind of lame. I agree. Blue 4 dropped the ball there. They had every possible way to win, and they didn't, unfortunately. Oh, well. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back in 3 hours. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.